Joseph Bullet. Joseph Bullet, yeah.
How did you come by the name Magnum?
Magnum. So I was in high school and like I was being given all sorts of names. Funny. You know when you don't have your own nickname, you be given names.
Exactly. So what are some of the names that you got?
I mean, yeah. I mean, when I was like, I have a bit of an ass, so I was being teased. Oh, sorry. I was being teased. I had a big butt, so I was being called Beyonce and Esther Smith and names like that, and I didn't like it. Yeah, seriously.
So you decided to choose your own name for yourself?
Yeah, for myself, yeah.
So you decided that, hey, people, now call me Magnum, don't call me anything else.
Call me Magnum. So it was even
but
Magnum.
But you're just tall now. You don't look like you have any flesh on your body.
Yeah, I lost some weight too.
So was it intentional?
Oh, yeah, intentional.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
I've always wanted to look slim. It makes dressing up easier for me.
Right. And
as opposed to when I have a pop belly. Yeah.
so basically, what diets are you following now? Or do you just exercise?
Okay, so what I do is I eat what I actually want to eat. And I just eat a low portion of it, so it satisfies me mentally. I think that's more important than the satisfaction in your belly. So I eat what, if I have to drive 30 minutes to go and buy, I'll just go and buy it and eat exactly what I want to eat, so I'm satisfied.
Yeah, but the amount is what you try to manage.
Yeah, I manage the amount, so I eat a low amount. And in the beginning, I starve myself a bit, which is bad, but
no, you don't need to starve yourself. But I'm glad that you say I eat what I want to eat, which is very key. You know, especially when you live in a world where you're trying to say, okay, I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm gonna be posh and eat stuff that it was written in a book. But do you do any workouts yourself?
Yeah, I've not worked out for a minute, for like a few months, like 5 months. I used to play basketball like twice or 3 times, or even 4 times every week.
Right.
Yeah, and I used to go to the gym a bit too.
Right.
But I put that on hold, and I'm losing weight even not working out. So I just realized it's just about satisfying yourself, like, and just being in control of yourself.
Right. Yeah. Let's talk about Mr. Bullet.
Yeah, okay.
Magnum is the person we're talking to right now. At least he's the beat maker that we're talking to this morning. And so, yes, we're trying to find out more about you. So let's talk about you as Mr. Bullet.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself growing up, where your parents, siblings, da-da-da.
Okay, so I grew up in Adabraka. I live with my whole family. My 2 sisters, Yvonne and Belinda.
Right.
My brother Dominic. My dad and mom.
Right.
And so we grew up together. So I don't know, but I've just grown to appreciate my family, because I feel like it's part of the reasons why I've become who I am.
Right.
And I feel like I have an awesome personality, and I have a strong personality as well. So I'm just recently beginning to understand the role my family played in me being who I am.
Right.
Yeah, I took it for granted, but like meeting all different people, seeing us, like their mindsets, how people reason, how selfish people are. You understand me? Yeah. So I've come to appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
what schools did you attend?
Yeah. For my high school, I went primary school. I was in Christ the King. To JSS. Then I went to St. Peter's Secondary School.
Okay.
Yeah. I know you went to St. Rose's.
Yeah.
Sparrows. Yeah. And then the University of Ghana for my first degree. In psychology.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell us about growing up. Were you influenced by any member of your family when it comes to your sense of music?
My sense of music. Okay, so my dad loves music, so we grew up listening to different genres of music. African jazz, reggae, high life, and it was always the best kind of music from every genre. So I think that's what really that's what drove me to enter music, if I say that. And then my sister also likes music. My sisters, both of them like music.
Do they sing? Do they do anything?
Oh yeah, they sing in church.
Sing
my mom sings in church too.
Nice.
Yeah, they're in the choir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll basically say it was from my dad.
What kind of music did you like when you were growing up, considering the fact that you listened to all genres?
All genres. I just like everything my dad was playing basically, and everything I heard on radio I liked. I'll record and then I'll play back. Yeah. And then my sister was getting all the albums, like Reggie Rockstone's album, like a lot of albums. We grew up, we listened to a lot of music. Basically. Yeah.
So you just enjoyed music, but as a kid, what did you think that you would be when you were older?
I grew up? I actually didn't have any particular occupation in mind, but I just know, like, when I was young, and probably everybody overlooked it, but I always was interested in music. I wanted to learn. I liked the guitar, so
did you learn to play?
I didn't learn to play because I had a miniature one made for me, like a toy one, which I would just play and think I was playing the guitar. Yeah. And then growing up, I entered the band in my church. I started drumming.
What church was it?
Holy Spirit Cathedral.
Oh, okay. You used to consider that.
Yeah, so but I stopped playing because it was risky going there at night for rehearsals, and I had to go on my own. Right. So I had to stop. And I tried learning the piano later on, and I've always been drawn to like music. I used to go to church to just go and watch the guy fixing the like we had pipe organs in our church. Just go and hang there, just see anyone who was playing a violin or something. But I never got to learn any instrument.
Magnum, are you actually trying to tell me that you actually went to church not because you needed to pray, but because you wanted to see them?
Okay. Actually, my mom worked in the church, so we would go there on vacation.
Yeah, to help out your mom.
And then we'll just be in the church. I don't know how come I never learned to play any instrument, but I tried.
You were just fascinated about all the instruments and how
and
they came out.
It was just dope. Like I just realized this too. Like just throughout my life, I've just been attracted to music. Yeah,
right. Yeah. Okay, we'll see how that fascination turned out to be a profession when we come back from the break. We've got Magnum in the studio this morning, one of our prolific music makers, beat makers here in Ghana, and an artist too himself. Stick and stay with us. You're listening to the Cosmopolitan Mix on Joy 99.7 FM. Folks, we're coming right back.
The Cosmopolitan Mix.
Good morning. We have your attention for the following announcement. The Mamobi Hospital have in their custody at a girl aged between 10 to 13 years since Saturday, the 19th of January 2019, name not known, fair in complexion, who was rushed to the hospital by two gentlemen in Churchill and stated that they saw her around the police training college, Tesano, Alajo Junction, lying down bleeding on the head and believed to have been knocked down by a vehicle or a motorbike and has been unconscious to date. All efforts made by the hospital to trace her relatives have proved futile. If anyone knows of any missing person who fits the description, you can kindly contact 0244 859989 or 057 3311254 for further information. Kojak Pharma Limited wishes to inform you that for your headaches, colds and flu, insist the original Procold made by Kojak Pharma, spelled Procold, P-R-O-C-O-L-D, and Kojak, K-O-J-A-C-H, and the logo. The fake Procold from Nigeria has 2 times the content of paracetamol, which could have harmful effects on your liver when taken. So for effective relief, don't accept any other brand offered as alternatives, but only Kojak Procold. Available are Kojak F toothpaste and mouthwash, Kojak P toothpaste and mouthwash, and Kojak sensitive toothbrush. Do your teeth hurt after taking hot or cold drinks, food or fruits? Gum bleeds after brushing? Then replace your regular toothpaste with Kojak F toothpaste and F mouthwash if it hurts mildly. For severe pain or gum bleeds after brushing, use Kojak P toothpaste and P mouthwash up to 4 weeks. Then replace with Kojak F toothpaste as your regular toothpaste. For best results, use Kojak sensitive toothbrush. You can locate Kojak Pharma near the Okanshi Drug Lane, Accra, or you can call them on 0249 209920 or 0244 674400. This advert is approved by the FDA. That's all for the announcements. Thank you for your time.
All you need on your radio and more.
The best music non-stop.
Joy 99.7 FM.
See me in trouble. God help me, oh. Oh my God. Which company these girls they carry? The way she they move these girls go to me. Please help me, God. like it like this. Sometimes I feel like make a touch this. When you wanna go down for me. Something they do to me. Yeah, you better than them. Or they get the B, but you hotter than them. Hotter than them. Oh my God. Which company is your decor? The way she done move, please girl, don't kill me. Please help me God. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do to make you my own. Baby, tell me what to do.
Music from VVIP produced by Magnum. He's here with us in our live studio session this morning. We're talking to the beat makers in this month of January. So today is the turn of Magnum. He's been telling us about how he grew up going to church, being fascinated about the instruments and how they work and the sounds they gave him. And even at that time, he still wasn't even doing beats. So when did you start thinking about doing beats? Did it start in university or before that?
Okay, so my kid brother started making beats first, but he was using a software where like he just get the loops instead of making everything from scratch, and then he put it together. And then one time I went to Sunyani to visit my sister. She was a TA at the Catholic University, so I just went
to visit.
And I met a friend of mine who was making beats. And that guy wasn't interested in music. He was not musical in any way. He was making beats. So I was like, if this guy could do it, I could do it. Because I was rapping when we were in high school.
Right.
Yeah.
So you just used to enjoy the rap.
Yeah, but I was rapping. But like after high school, I just thought like I was rapping in English, and it didn't look like it was possible to do that in Ghana. Rapping in English was like, it won't sell because it was a lot of high life and a lot of tree songs. But then I saw Asem's Gimme Blow Up. Yeah, and Asem, I used to rap with Asem back in school. So yeah. So I was like, so this is possible. And then I knew Richie and I saw how they blew up. I knew Lil Shaker and the Skillions, like they were my friends before. And like just saw everybody progress. So I saw, okay, I could make something out of this. And then I started making the beats. I went to Shaker. Shaker told me a few things.
So at that time, you had finished university?
No, I was in first year university.
You were in first year?
Yeah.
So it was in first year that you started making beats?
Yeah, for fun. Actually, it was for fun for a very long time.
Right.
And like after a year or a year and a half, I started recording my little brother's friends. Started making some money off it. And then,
So you were making beats with your little brother's friends?
Yeah, I was making beats for them.
Had your brother quit making the beats by then? Or
no, he was also making beats. Like
But were you better than him at that time?
No, you know what? Okay, let's say I spent a lot more time because he was in high school then.
Right.
So I spent more time. So like I got off to a better start than he did. But he was different. His production is like totally different sounds, different, crazy. But
he still does beats now, or he's gone into something else?
No, he passed away in 2011.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure that definitely affected your way of making music as well. Or
I don't know my way of making
music, or your
just my outlook at life.
Outlook at life, yeah.
And everything. It just changed everything. I don't even know how, to what extent it's affected me, but I just know everything changed from then.
Right.
Right. Like my belief system, everything just changed from then.
Maybe another day we'll go to your belief system, which is a topic for another day. But let's talk about how you got out into doing music commercially. Like you said, you were doing music for your brother's friends. Did their music go far at that time? Or it just kind of stayed in their circles?
It stayed in their circles. So I was recording a lot of people from like high schools because I was in Ivandi. So I was recording boys from Presec, from all the universities around Nassford, all the universities around Wisconsin. I was recording a lot of students.
Right. And you were doing that from your Legon room?
Okay, first I started in my room at Ivandi. I got a little room, like a storeroom or something, which was converted to like a one in a room, a mini one in a room. So yeah, it felt special, but it was not so special because it was very hot. So that's how I started. And then in my last year, I was supposed to go and get like a hostel again. I took the money, went to rent a little place at Medina Estates, and then I set up. But I couldn't finish setting up, so I ran out of money. So I had to go back to my mom and confess to her what I did. And
did she give you money, or she just?
Oh no, she gave me money. She gave me a lot more. She gave me like a cabinet with it, and my dad was also very supportive. Like, but I didn't tell them anything. I just wanted to do it. Mm-hmm. Another time, I'd met a friend of mine who was also interested in music, so we collaborated and we bought the equipment together.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, your friend who you bought the equipment with, are you still working together?
No, we are not working together.
But you went separate ways. But it was a good start.
It was a good start. We are still friends.
Yeah. Was he also making music with you?
Yeah, he was a DJ. And then he was like an artist. He could sing.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't take it serious. Serious. And right now he's making coffins.
Hey, you never know. If that's what puts money on the table, why not?
Oh, yeah.
He's not stealing it and it's not corruption, right?
Yeah, and he's doing well.
Right.
So let me just shout him out. Shouts to Dela.
Oh, good.
Jisak, I don't know what they call it, but they make coffins. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with making coffins, if you ask me. It's a good business.
Yeah, like right now, I really appreciate meeting him because he had done his masters in marketing, and he explained to me that because I was spelling Magnum with a U before.
Yes.
It was like I should just change it and make it an O, so it'll be original.
Yeah, because Magnum PI, all of that.
And when you're even looking for your name, you find. But right now, if you Google my name, you get like results on me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
so
right.
yeah.
His advice has helped you get where you are now today.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about when you got your big break, when you commercially recorded a successful song, and you thought now is the time.
Okay, so I don't know if you know how it feels like when you have a new song. Almost every song feels like that's a song until. Like when you put it out, that's when the people determine whether it's a hit song or not. Mm-hmm. Maybe not because of the song itself, but maybe your promotion strategies and all of that.
Right.
So for me, the first big song we put out was Asem's last song.
Mm-hmm.
Last song. Yeah, that was the first one that got me out, and then I think last like it was a build up. I did some songs with Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I did some songs with Ochame Kwame. And then Illuminati came to top it.
Right.
Yeah, so it was like a build up to Illuminati.
Okay, and it all happened just around the same time?
Around the same time. Like, that was in 2011. Yeah, same year. No, 2011 we dropped last song. And then 2012 released Illuminati.
Right.
Yeah.
So at that time, had you finished the university?
Oh yeah, I had finished.
And you were just running your
own... after that, I was running my studio.
Your own studio at that time.
Yeah. And those were some of the saddest days of my life because that was when I lost my brother. So it was very hard coming back, but I just had to. Yeah.
Yeah. For somebody who studied psychology and then you are all of a sudden now seeing yourself recording music, making beats.
Yeah.
How were you applying what you had learned in school, or was it like, okay, I went to school for it and it was separate from what my hobbies were?
Okay, I don't know if that's what it is, but I think it helped me understand how to relate with people, how people reason, and just understood how people work, like, because I could cope with any artist.
Right.
I work with anybody, and we'll end up working well. Just a few people I couldn't work with, but I could work with anyone. Yeah. So I think it just helped me with my skills dealing with people.
Yeah, it helped you with your people skills.
Yeah.
And of course that is also helping with your job because then you can accept anything that comes your way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's look at it from this perspective. Now that you know how to deal with people because of what you studied, sometimes you realize that some of these artists come along and, you know, in as much as you know what you're creating as a beat maker, they probably will come to you with an attitude, you know, and they probably might disrespect you. Do you get, do you get that sometimes? How do you deal with that?
I mean, I don't get a lot of disrespect. I didn't get a lot of disrespect even as a beginner, but it's just that I didn't know what it took to make it. So I'll just lay back and but I knew my music. I'd been following music since I was a kid, my whole life. So I knew about artists, like their stories from when they start, when they go through stuff, how they react to it. So I just knew I had to just stay cool and just work on my stuff. Mm-hmm. But then dealing in Ghana is a different environment. Mm-hmm. Even knowing Ghanaian artists and their stories is different because you don't actually hear the real stories. You understand me? So I just had to lay back and just allow whoever I was working with, who thought they knew better, to just do what they wanted to do.
Right.
But then always my beats were futuristic. So, I mean, if you, all some of the beats you played from way back, I'm just surprised. Like the Joey B remix I did. I did one for Mr. Easy like 3 or 4 years ago.
Right.
Like I've done a bunch of stuff. And also the reason, okay, maybe we'll get to that later.
No, go ahead.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why I became an artist, because like I had too many ideas. Like for a song like My Baby, I'm sure I would have found would have been very difficult to convince any artist to put out a song like that, because it's too slow and you want a banger.
Exactly.
It's an Afrobeats banger and it's so slow.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's why I became an artist, because my ideas were crazy all the time. Crazy. I have a song like Pa which I did in 2014, and people are now catching on to the fact that I can blend Afrobeats and electronic music.
When you thought about it 4 or 5 years ago?
When I thought about it in 2009, I was producing like that, but that was the first time I put something out like that.
Right.
And even Queen is like an EDM Afrobeat fusion from way back, and now people are now doing it. I've always been like the one to push. Like if you see all the songs I've produced for all the artists I work with, we are doing trap in like 2011.
Right.
Trap music is now popular in Ghana.
Right.
And even they are doing some of the stuff I was doing way back then. So I mean, like it was very difficult for me. I like recently I just looked through all my beats. I'll see beats like 1,000 beats. All the beats sound fresh now, but then everybody didn't want to use it.
Yeah, because they didn't know what
they didn't know what it was
that you were making.
And even to a point where if you are not careful as a producer, you might not even like the beats, because no one is able to use it. You're just making you're stuck.
The rest of the world is not familiar with what you're doing, and so you find it hard to get that music to penetrate. But all the same, I'm sure there's more to learn. I still definitely want to learn about how you come across all the intricacies that are involved in making those beats. We'll go on a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about you and actually going through the extent of making every beat, putting it together and making sure that it sounds the way it sounds. So anyway, Magnum is in our live studio session this morning. You're loving it. Reach out to us, 0244-340-437. We've got a quick break coming up, and then of course we'll do our show business news and come back with more from Magnum. Stay on. So yes, you can listen to your favorite Joy FM programs and show podcast on myjoyonline.com/live radio. Joy 99.7 FM is radio for the discerning listener. And get ready to own the mic, people. Your superstation will host the second Joy FM open mic night at the +233 Jazz Bar and Grill this Friday, the 25th of January at 6:30 p.m. I've had some of my colleagues trying to do some spoken word. Some of them try to sing. Oh boy. You don't want to hear what they want to do, but you want to hear all the artists who will be there. Activities of the night include a rap battle, performances by musicians, comedians, poets, spoken word artists. There'll also be some surprise performances. At least we have some interesting ones in-house. So we'll definitely get you to showcase all of these amazing talents that we have in-house. I hope they won't disappoint. Come, let's hang out with your favorite Joy FM personalities. Let's network, let our hair down. There'll be loads to eat and drink. It's all happening this Friday, 25th January. Open mic night at +233 Jazz Bar and Grill. The place to be. Your MC for the night will be yours truly, DJ Black, and it will be 50 Ghana cedis at the gates. The Joy FM Open Mic Night. Experience it. You don't want to wait to be told.
I'm Stevie Wonder, and this is the Cosmopolitan Mix on Joy FM 99.7.
Yeah, you seem to be hearing a lot of these beats because it's the Illuminati instrumental. I thought I'd play it just so you remember that we've got Magnum in the studio with us this morning. Let's check out what's in our show business news today. So Kwame Asari, or being popularly known as A+, has launched a TV station, A+ TV, with an opening act to be covered from the office of the Special Prosecutor Martin Amidu, where he hopes to officially submit his petition on alleged corrupt activities of Communication Minister Ursula Owusu Ekufo. Now, ironically, his new online TV falls under the allegedly corrupt minister's purview. Last 2 weeks, A+ hinted that He has authored a long petition addressed to the Office of the Special Prosecutor, Mr. Martin Amidu, on alleged corruption involving the Minister of Communication, vowing to expose her. To date, it is unclear what the content of the petition entails, but A+ has vowed to make public copies of the petition today after he has filed it with the Special Prosecutor. We can't wait till all of this come out. We need to find out what he really wants to say. Kumbawood star and musician Kwejon Kansa Lil Wayne, who says that he has no regrets investing in gold dealership firm Men's Gold, has disclosed that he will still invest in the company if it bounces back. He observes that investing in such a scheme is risk-taking, just like other ventures he has been engaged in, and he ended up losing several thousands of Ghana cedis. Lil Wayne, who has been a customer of the company for a year and a half, refused to disclose the exact amount locked up with the company, but was quick to disclose that he reaped the interest for a number of months before it ran into crisis. According to him, a number of persons in high-profile positions are among customers whose investments have been locked up with the company, but because of the greed tag, they are unwilling to show up. Ghanaian reggae presenter Black Star has said that embattled CEO of Men's Gold, Nana Pia Mensah, was going around dashing money to people, a reason he's unable to pay back the locked-up investment. His comments follow the inability of gold dealership firm Men's Gold to pay its customers their locked-up investments and dividends. In an interview or in a video cited on his Instagram page, as in Rumors and Gossips GH, the host of Taxi Driver Show on Xylophone FM, Black Rasta, was heard providing reasons why his boss has not been able to pay customers back their investment. In the video, which seemed like Black Rasta was being interviewed by a reggae legend, Kochoko, let me tell you something. If Nana Pia was to get all the money owed him by people, like he'll pay his customers 3 times. The Barack Obama hitmaker continued to express his opinion about the Men's Gold saga and said Nam1 is a very passionate person, just that maybe he didn't use the right scheme. Versatile Nigerian rapper Folarin Falana, popularly known as Falls, has disclosed that he hardly goes to church lately because pastors exert undue pressure on him when he attends church services. This comes on the back of a statement made by his mum about his church-going attitude at the launch of his newly released album, Moral Instruction, during his album listening party, where his parents, Femi and Fumi Falana, were present. Mrs. Falana said that, Folarin, you don't go to church and I'm bothered. I hope you will start going to church this year. In responding to the comment, the software crooner, during an interview with the Punch newspaper, said that I have nothing against the church or going to church. Everyone has the right to practice the religion they desire, but personally, as a Christian, it's been a while since I went to church. It doesn't make me less of a Christian all the same, he says. And before we go, Ms. V has advised young couples in relationships to try as much as possible not to date for too long. Ms. V, who was a guest on Chris Challenge, a fitness show on UTV, was quoted on myjoyonline.com as saying, people date for 4 years and all. Why? What do you want to study? See, the truth is that you cannot know anyone fully. People grow as time goes on. They evolve and they get to learn new things every day. So why waste someone's time all in the name of I'm studying you? Ms. V, interestingly, had no personal opinion on how long was okay for herself or any other 2 people to see each other before they were committed to getting married. If it's your birthday today, guess who you share your birthday with? You share your birthday with rapper Silento. He's 21 today. You remember Gabriel Mack, 47-year-old Gabriel Mack, the actor from Suits. And Sam Cooke, real rocker from back in the day, was born on this day in 1931. DJ Jazzy Jeff is also 54 today. So you've got several claims to fame. Go on and have a happy birthday. We've got our news at 11 coming up pretty shortly. But I thought I'd throw in this one from Edem. It's got a lot of work from Magnum on it too.
Ebe hena nana Queenie. Ebe jina nana Queenie. Ebe hena nana. Let's go. See it. Ebe jina nana Queenie. Ebe hena nana Queenie. Ebe jina nana Queenie. Ebe hena nana Queenie. Ebe jina nana Queenie. 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 Ebe jina nana Queenie. Ebe hena nana Queenie. Ebe jina nana Queenie. 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 Ebe jina nana Queenie. Ebe hena nana Queenie. Ebe jina nana Queenie. But sweet, before you go, make I give you for the last ana. Baby, tell me what you want. Do you want it from the front or you want it from the back ana? Make I give you for the last ana. Then salmon goodie, salmon goodie, salmon goodie. Salmon goodie, salmon goodie, salmon goodie. Make I give you for the last ana. Baby, tell me what you want. Do you want it from the front or you want it from the back ana? Make I give you for the last ana. Then salmon goodie, salmon goodie, salmon goodie. Hey, salmon goodie, salmon goodie, salmon goodie. Go. Nana, Queenie, Ebe hena nana, Queenie, Ebe jina nana, Queenie, 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 Ebe jina nana, Queenie, Ebe hena nana, Queenie, Ebe jina nana, Queenie.
Ha, didn't get no one for Zeddy. Ha, hey, about to blow your speakers up. Are you ready? Come on, dirty wine, drop steady. Ha, now get your LBD and your stilettos. Get your MAC lipstick and your sexy on. I'll be riding shotgun with the top down. We the talk of the town, it's a shutdown. Better than them, better than the rest of them. Good body girls, I'm young girl on them. Haha, me a outlaw girl, fear nothing. Me a chop topper, hear something. I'm a go getter, go get 'em, got Edem and the beat sicker. I need pass a young say, in Gene. I need pass a young say, in Gene.
Before you go, make I give you for the last ana. Baby, tell me what you want. Do you want it from the front or you want it from the back ana? Make I give you for the last ana. Then salmon goodie, salmon goodie, salmon goodie. Salmon goodie, salmon goodie, salmon goodie. Make I give you for the last ana. Baby, tell me what you want. Do you want it from the front or you want it from the back ana? Make I give you for the last ana. Then for salmon goodie, salmon goodie, salmon goodie. Hey, salmon goodie, salmon goodie, salmon goodie. Go.
Don't get up, come again, you're gonna put special delivery. Any, many, many more. This I know we giving it. Super Jew on the dance floor. Busy be a man that come and juggle more now to infinity. City kill them, the upon head top. City ball them, make champagne pop. No rest, no stop, no we can't stop. Screens to the baskele, skele. Get him. Me a do gonna zanato. Kadami the cool, the food, bele.
11 o'clock.
Headline news at 11 coming up. President Akufo-Addo announces 7 growth poles to advance technology in national development. Aggrieved community police assistants petition Interior Ministry and IGP to consider them in police recruitment processes. And police on a manhunt for the accomplice of the Nigerian kidnappers. Pressure mounts on them to rescue girls who have been missing for more than a month now. Details. President Akufo-Addo is unhappy 61 years after independence. The country has not developed the capacity to find domestic solutions to the many challenges facing Ghana. According to him, the over-reliance on the importation of machinery and in some instances human resources has weakened the industrial base ability to grow and create the needed jobs for the country. Opening an international conference on bridging technological gap, Nana Akufo-Addo said his vision is to build a robust economy capable of eradicating poverty and ensure prosperity.
In spite of the enviable advances in democratic governance that Ghana has made in recent years, we must admit that we have a lot of unfinished business. Principally, the business of providing the mass of our people with dignified standards of living and moving this country onto the path of sustained progress and prosperity. As we all know, we gained independence very much at the same time as our counterparts in Asia.
The conference put together by the Ghana Institution of Engineers and the Science and Technology Ministry aims to position technology as a key driver in Ghana's economic development. President Akufo-Addo announced steps taken by his government to place more emphasis on science and technology in a 7-point resolution.
Now, some aggrieved community police assistants whose contracts with the service under the Youth Employment Agency are appealing to the Ministry or Interior Ministry and the Inspector General of Police to consider them in the police recruitment process. The coalition, made up of about 1,000 members, say the 2-month training with service personnel puts them in a better position to be enlisted into the service. In a petition to the Interior Minister and the IGP, the group said some of their members who are unemployed could resort to using the information they are armed with to aid criminal activities. Emmanuel Poku is president of the coalition.
We've been enrolled to the community police for 2 years. We are made that if we are enrolled to the community policing and we are qualified to enter the police service, we should have some qualifications. And successfully, we, the qualified community police assistants, qualified to enter the police service. But unfortunately for us, we were not able to go through. So we are appealing to the Interior Minister and the IGP that they should at least consider us and recruit us into the mainstream. We bought the forms, and fortunately, we were able to go to the next stage. And finally, we wrote the exams. So far as we've been working with them and we are having the experience, they shouldn't have go and take people outside. We work with the police administration. We know the tactics of the police. Some of us were even writing the audrey books, the police diary, and others too were taking statements from suspects and those who report cases. If you go out like that, we are having basic experience in it, whereby some people can use that experience to do something that is unnecessary in the community.
Elsewhere, police are on a manhunt for the accomplice of a Nigerian kidnapper as pressure mounts on them to rescue the girls 1 month after they went missing. Parents of the missing girls cannot understand why their daughters have still not been found, even though the alleged kidnapper, Samuel Wilson Utodek, has confessed to the crime and has been in police custody for weeks.
We want the children. You got to torture the guy to say the truth.
She called my line and demanded 5,000 cedis. I got worried and alarmed. I asked her where she was, but she couldn't give me any information about her location.
I don't know.
Western Regional Police PRO ASP Olivia Texing says the suspect is not collaborating with investigations.
When he was arrested, he said the children were in Kasua. They searched the whole of Kasua and he could not really pinpoint the exact house the children are.
While security analyst Adams Bonar says heads must roll.
I am very outraged. I don't see the reason why the Western Regional Police Commander is still at post. Even if they are under the sea, I want to believe that the police should be able to find them.
You heard that Adams Bonar, he's a security analyst. Volta Regional Minister Dr. Archibald Lecha says he is confident removal of Police Commander DCOP Francis Doku from the region would not affect outcome of investigations into recent Alavanyo clashes. The Volta Police Chief is to take up the post as Director General in charge of special duties, while DSP Meister Clay has also been reassigned to the Gambaga district in the northern region. Here's Dr. Lecha.
The IGP may be privy to some other information that we are not. I think it's without prejudice to whatever outcome the committee proceedings will come out with.
And that's your headline news at 11. My name is Mama Viusobwaji. We've got more news. Just log on to myjoyonline.com.
This was Kwame's life before Interplast In Green Irrigation System.
Kwame, sorry, what could it from?
In the dry season, Kwame would use buckets to water his 5-acre farm. By evening, he's so tired. So his wife said,
"Oh, Kwame, Emre Daniel B, haven't you heard of In Green Drip Irrigation Pipe?"
In Green Drip Irrigation Pipe?
Yes, Akosia told me they use it. See how green their fields are, even in the dry season. You just set it and then it waters the whole place. No waste, save time and money, and we can farm all year round.
Hey, Ajua, what can I move?
It's dry buckets, no, not In Green Drip Pipes. Time, mommy.
Good farmers harvest all year with In Green. Call us now on 0302 819 000. Another quality solution from Interplast.
Business affects us all in many ways.
The forex rates are really going out of gear.
Oftentimes in ways we don't even know.
Here at Abosokai, what they indicate is that, well, their profits are fast eroding, and if nothing is done about it, several of them could lay off certain workers that work with them or probably even close their shops.
Business Journal takes you beyond the numbers and connects you to the lives behind the stories.
Even the amounts we pay on duties itself
goes higher because they use the dollar to calculate the duties for us. So
I started selling Tiro on the road. I have to enroll in student loan trust to help fund my education. But I think level 200, the one who guaranteed for me died. So my student's loan was cut off.
Business Journal every Friday on the Joy Business Report at 6:15 a.m. and 1 p.m.
Every high school student is a patron of the good old metallic box, Trunk.
Don't miss the Business Journal. It's everybody's business.
Now, this very moment, it's the pulse of possibility, potential, power. It's time
to make your move.
To take that step.
The time
is now.
Now. The great things you do tomorrow start with the small steps you take right now. So take that step with Old Mutual. Call us on 0302-230-638 and make now count. Old Mutual. Do great things every day.
This January, your #1 on-air business development program, Masterclass, will continue the discussion on personal branding and business etiquette for professionals. Our facilitator is Emma Ado-Owusu, Principal Image Consultant at Cobadem Image Consultants.
We will talk about brand management, techniques, and how to maintain your brand and how to further avoid the negative pitfalls that can do lasting and permanent damage to your brand.
Tune into the Masterclass every Wednesday at 1:15 p.m. on your superstation, Joy 99.7 FM. You can also interact with us on Facebook at Joy Business or at Joy 99.7 FM. And if you tweet, the handles are at Joy 997 FM or at Joy Business GH. Don't forget to hashtag JB Masterclass.
For 5 long years, it's been with you, pumping smoke all along the road, with 100 dents looking like your car has been to hell and back. Even the town boys come to push without you asking. And when Bae sits in your car, she hides her face. It's time you upgrade your life with the EcoBank Express account promo. Deposit 50 Ghana cedis or more in your EcoBank Express account at any Express point and win your share of over 500,000 Ghana cedis in cash and instant airtime and data from the 30th of November 2018 to the 8th of March 2019. Look out for the Express Point sign at filling stations, pharmacies, and mobile money agents nationwide and upgrade your life. Terms and conditions apply. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Get ready to own the mic. A night where ideas will kiss similarly so deeply, metaphors will get jealous. It's 2019, and your superstation Joy 99.7 FM hosts the second Joy FM Open Mic Night at the Plus 233 Jazz Bar and Grill on Friday, January 25th, 2019 at 6:30 p.m. This show is on point. The 2019 Joy FM Open Mic Night open to performers who would like to perform original or cover material. Come, let's hang out and enjoy performances from musicians, comedians, poets, and spoken word artists, including a rap battle and other surprise performances from well-known artists. You don't want to miss this. Come, let's network with friends and your favorite Joy FM personalities with loads to eat and drink. The date is Friday, January 25th, 2019, and entry is a cool 50 cedis. It's the Joy FM's Open Mic Night at the Plus 233 Jazz Bar and Grill. Joy FM Open Mic Night. Experience it. Don't wait to be told.
The Cosmopolitan Mix.
It's back, do it. For me, another game on Factory Production.
Batman Magnum. For me.
She the one for me. She no take no money. Every star for me. For me, she the one. For me, she no take no money. Every star. For me. She make a chop, baby girl, it overfeel. She make a chop, baby girl, it overfeel. Say one time slow, make low, inside my coco bongo. Pussy, come over, pussy, and then over. Girl, give me leg over. set, game over. She the one for me. She no take no money. Every star for me, for me, for me. She the one for me. She no take no money. Every star for me, for me, for me. She make a chop, make a chop, make a chop, make a chop, baby girl, it overfeed. She make a chop, make a chop, make a chop, make a chop, baby girl, it overfeed. Ah, say ah, say ah, say ah.
Baby, make you stop and say, make you no give me back up, eh. Sick of her, me you check. Say me ya, me fanche. Swan, she make a chop, oh. She say it is not enough, oh. Right now I dey beg, oh. Right now I'm in love, oh. She make a chop, make a chop, make a chop, make a chop. Baby girl, you dey overfill me. She make her come, make her come, make her come, make her come from London to Uganda.
She make a chop, make a chop, make a chop, make a chop. Baby girl, you dey overfill me. She make a chop, make a chop, make a chop, make a chop. Baby girl, you dey overfill me. Ah, say ah, say ah.
You're welcome back to the Cosmopolitan Mix here on 99.7 Joy FM, 13 past 11, when a live studio session with Magnum.
For me.
He's produced a lot of music for a lot of artists, including Sarkodie, Edem, VVIP. And the song you're hearing right now is his own song. So he's actually wearing two hats on this particular track.
But actually, this wasn't produced by me. This was produced by Pac and Dream J.
Oh, okay. So they produced for you, but you sang on it as an artist.
As an artist.
As an artist.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were wearing one hat at this time.
Oh, one hat, yeah. But on a song like My Baby, I was wearing both.
Yeah, you're wearing both. How does it feel to be the producer and the artist at the same time?
At the same time. Okay, in the beginning, it was too difficult for me because, like, I expend most of my melodies and rhythms on the beat. Mm-hmm. So it was easier. So this was in the beginning when I started recording as an artist. So it was easier to just hop on someone's beat because you hear the beat and then there's a whole new space for your melodies and your rhythms, like your styles.
Right.
Yeah. But right now I could do both. But in the beginning it was very difficult.
Right.
Very, very difficult.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How difficult was it? Tell me the challenges.
The challenges becoming an artist. Okay, so as a producer, like it got to a point where no one was releasing my music, like most of the music I was producing. I just feel like it was futuristic, and right now I understand the artists because you could put out 100 songs and maybe one will get heard mostly that whole year because everyone playing it doesn't. Or how do I put this, not to be offensive, but I don't think everybody understands the role they have to play in the game because, like, if you are supposed to put out music and you're just playing the same songs every single day, you're not helping the industry grow because what it does to the artists, everybody feels like because they're playing this kind of music, we all have to do this kind of music.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like, I feel like the music being played from Ghana right now doesn't accurately represent the kind of music being made in Ghana. It's just what's being heard. You understand me?
Okay. Let's draw this picture very well.
Yeah.
When you say the music that is being played in Ghana right now, obviously there are a lot of parties that come into play here.
Yeah.
So the presenters come into play here. Yeah. The regular DJs come into play.
Yeah.
And of course it's based on what they play and what makes it popular that, you know, parties and other DJs that play at parties and nightclubs, etc. would also play.
Yeah.
What do you think is holding us back? Why do you think that we are not doing what it's supposed to be done for our music be able to get out there?
First off, I just feel like it's full of people who are not really interested in what they are doing. They're just doing it as a job.
Right.
People who are not passionate about it.
What they're doing.
And people who are not working hard. Basically, I'm just saying.
Is it because they are not researching?
They're not researching and they don't actually even love music. And also, I just feel like if you are into music, you should learn about, like, you should know music. You should be able to predict, like, you should be able to predict an artist based on his abilities, not just based on what it is now.
Right.
And you should be able to know that, like, you're part of the industry. You promoting whatever. Like, everybody has a role to play in it. And everybody's just running away from that role and is blaming the next man.
Right.
But everybody has to do what they have to do. As an artist, you have to put out enough music. Whether it's been played or not, you have to put it out because, first off, you are getting streaming money.
Yeah.
So that should be your focus, and just playing our music.
And
but
that's
also,
what the artists should do. And what should the people who make the music sell do? I mean,
that's an artist, not just producing a lot of music and putting it out, like promoting yourself, working on your brand, everything. But for those playing the music and promoting it, you know, unless I met someone who didn't know how much power he had, being in the position he was. He didn't know he could influence things. He could affect things, and that's very sad for me, because you don't know what you are doing, because you might blame someone else for you not getting what you're supposed to get, but you are the one stopping yourself. Because when it grows, like in 2017, there were a lot of new artists. Everything boom. Like if you were part of the industry then and you were working and you were on, you would have noticed how much of everything changed, how many shows there were, how many events there were, how many people were willing to go out to party to Ghanaian music. And then the next year, I think some of the new acts came up, some of them disrespected some people, and people expect you to do things and you don't do it. Then they just switch off. So for the next few years to come, we are not going to hear too many new artists until it's like it comes in seasons,
because they have rivalry and they are pretty much beefing
childish
with each other, and you think that's childish.
It's childish. And also, if you are supposed to play something, you hear a dope song, you just have to play. You understand? It's not about who is. Everybody just wants to play what's hot. When you are playing at a place, just turn up the crowd. And what will happen is, at the end of the day, you might lose your job, because then just the software could just pick the top songs and just play. That's what's happening with Spotify and iTunes and all of that. And it's sad, because at the end of the day, that's what will happen. That's what I'm predicting will happen. If you are not playing new stuff, you are not bringing new acts up, at the end of the day, you are going to be out of business, because you'll not be of any use. You can just get all the stats from SoundCloud, from from Spotify, iTunes, and then you could just curate a playlist and just put it on, and virtual DJ could do an automatic mix.
Okay, one more question, and then we'll come back to you as a beat maker. So basically what you're saying is the artists should just concentrate on doing their music, do it well, and put the right stuff out there,
collaborate and whatever.
And on the part of the beat makers, what should you be doing as a beat maker to support this artist?
That's
my first question.
Okay, as a beat maker, you just have to produce, just challenge yourself, produce. And you see, the whole world is competing on a level, and I feel like Ghana is not competing on that level.
So you think the beat makers should be challenging themselves a little bit more than they
I don't know if it's because the thing is, the songs are not getting played. So if you come out, you're making all these EDM stuff, these things I was doing, most of them were not being heard. Most of them, and they are dope. Like if you put it on the world level. Like My Baby is big in a lot of countries, and it's dope. But for most of the part, those songs don't get heard. Most of those songs don't get heard.
Why?
Because whoever is playing it is just playing what's trendy.
So
you understand me?
That brings me to the second part of my question. So what do you expect the DJs, I mean both on the radio and in nightclubs, etc., to be doing?
Okay, and whatever makes it trendy, whatever makes it trendy. There's a lot of factors which maybe I might not be able to talk about. But if you hear a dope song, just play it. You support an artist. Don't play the song and expect that the guy has to be like he has to owe you forever or something, or like he has to. Maybe the person has not even heard you have been playing a song, so maybe a DJ will meet you and be like, "Oh, you didn't show me enough reverence or respect when you saw me." But the thing is, maybe I didn't even know you were playing it. And if you know it's your role to play to increase your own money, you just play the music and just not care about your personal feelings and all of those things.
So the DJ should play the music and not necessarily be like because they know the artist or the producer before they play.
Not just DJs. I mean, everybody who's part of it, everybody who has an influence. If you have a nightclub, because sometimes the DJs will be like, "I want to play this song," and the owner
play this song
because at the end of the day, not many people will come and chill. If Ghanaian music is not thriving. And I know this, like I've seen it happen a couple of times. There have been times where everything goes down, and then when it comes back up, you see everybody's happy to jump to Ghanaian music again. You understand me?
We're talking to beatmaker Magnum. He's an artist himself as well. Interesting perspectives. I just wanted to pick his mind about some of the things that happen in our regular Ghanaian society, especially when it comes to Ghanaian music industry. Some of your questions have come in and your comments as well. Joseph Ajiman in Tema says, good morning, Doreen. Please ask your guest for me that has it been tough keeping on changing beats after beats for one particular track? Probably what he's trying to say is it tough when you have to change beats because you have to create a different beat for a different track? How challenging is that?
A different, okay.
So like you're creating different songs. So you create one for Edem, you create one for VVIP. How challenging is that? Trying to vary your beat and its creation.
Okay, so for me, I just listen to a lot of music, so I can just switch between genres. I usually just merge a lot of genres and a lot of sounds. So you can hear me make a high life beat with like different instruments, like strings you're not supposed to hear with high life. So for me, it's just the fusion. I like music, so I just keep it fresh. I just want to do something I want to hear myself. So that's basically it.
Right. So you just keep trying different things that work to make a song.
To make a song. I mean, like, it won't make sense to you, but if you're a creator, you understand what I'm saying.
Okay, let's get into a mind of a creator right now, because I've always enjoyed, trying to pick people's mind, especially when they are creative people. Of course, when you're just ordinary, sometimes you don't understand how they go about creating their beats. So tell me how you create your beats.
How I create my beats.
What are the first things that you put to it?
Okay, usually I'm usually inspired by probably I have what I want to do in mind. And when I get on the computer, I have sounds, a whole lot of sounds. So it's usually the sounds that inspire what I do. Like, I just hear a sound and I'll be like, oh, this sound is dope, let me just add it. But also, from what I know, like, I have a bank of sounds in my mind and melodies in my mind. From everything I've listened to is in my mind. It's in my subconscious. So when I'm making a beat, see, melodies keep popping up.
Yeah, because it's in your subconscious.
It's in my subconscious, and I just have to be in the right mood to do it. Like when I'm in a good mood, or I don't know, maybe you could be in a bad mood, but that could inspire you. Inspire something. Okay. Yeah, maybe.
When do you get your biggest inspiration? Is it when you wake up in the morning? Is it when you're driving somewhere? Is it when you're eating?
Okay.
When do you think you get your biggest inspiration?
Okay, so it's everywhere. But my biggest inspiration, I don't know, it's just in the studio. Just in the studio, just in the vibe. But I just hear a lot of stuff. When I'm listening, I hear someone do that. I'm like, oh, I want to do something like that. But I just blend it with something like this someone did. Like, that's how it is. I think you have a pool of ideas in your mind that you just bring to your body. Every time you're making one thing, there's a lot of ideas that have come to that moment, but you don't know yourself.
Oh, right. What kind of software do you use to create all of that?
I use Fruity Loops. I've tried using Cubase, Reason, and even Machine.
Right.
But Fruity Loops is the one I'm most flexible
with. Yeah. And what do you also get inspiration from some of the other music producers?
Oh yeah.
There's some who were in the business before you came along.
Yeah.
Were they a part of their inspiration that got you to do what you're doing?
Yeah, like I said, until I produce a certain kind of beat, I might not know that someone has influenced me. But then when I start doing it, so it's just a pool of stuff. But most prominent in them, people who have influenced my production style, is Scott Storch. I don't know if you know him. He's an American producer.
No, I don't.
Yeah, mostly Scott Storch. And for the EDM stuff, I'll say Skrillex and Bass Hunter and even all the producers from Ghana. I mean, someone like Kill Beats, even though it's hard to admit because you might feel like you guys are you're working on the same level. Yeah. Maybe he might assume he's on the higher level, or I might assume I'm on the higher level, whatever. But everybody inspire. Even the new producers who work in my studio don't even know they inspire me. Sometimes when you're even talking to people, telling them what to do, they feel like you're trying to impose your ideas, but they don't know. For me, I'll pick from you every time. I'll learn from you and get ahead of you, because you think you fight the process. It's all part. I just feel like it's just everything coming together.
Right.
Simply put. Yeah, simply put.
I mean, you just mentioned Kill Beats. What about some of the older music beat makers who were probably in the music business before you came along? Do you look up to their music? Do they inspire you to think in a different way?
Appeal to Kewa, Richie, J-So, all the producers I've learned something from.
Right.
All the producers.
Have you had the chance to work with any one of them in particular?
I've worked with Lil Shaker.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked with Richie before, like in the
Right.
past, so
Right.
many years ago. That's before I actually even understood what I was doing fully as a producer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's basic. And I work with a lot of producers coming up,
Right.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
talk about some of the artists too that you've had the privilege of working with. Which one of them did you enjoy working with the most? The several of them.
Several of them. Okay, I'll say working with Inshona Music. It's like it just because I actually didn't like think he was as musically inclined as he was, and it's just an eye opener. Like it just happened last year. I worked with Inshona Music, and I've just come to understand sound to be sound.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sound is just a sound. It's just an expression of how you feel.
Right.
Before I used to think like it has to be like this, or you have to tune it so it sounds like this. Like anyhow you feel like putting out the sound, you should be able to put it out like that, and that will help you like maximize your potential. Because if you try to make it sound like something, you don't know what went into making it sound like that. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of complicated. It's just an expression. You don't understand, but it's an expression.
We're trying to understand. So tell me, you probably have worked on so many beats, and like you said, you have a lot of this music in your subconscious.
Yeah.
But is there a particular track or any particular tracks that you probably worked on that you look back at those tracks today and you say to yourself, given the chance, I definitely would have left this track as it is. I love it, and I still believe that this is how I was meant to do it, and it's going to be one of my favorite tracks of all times. Is there a particular track, or are there several tracks that you've worked on?
Yeah, I mean, all the songs I put out, I appreciate. Maybe the only thing I might not like is maybe like the mix of it, how it came out, like the presentation. Maybe an instrument was too low or too high. That's the only problem I'll have with a song. But with regards to the production, most of them are how they are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because even when you're done recording, before you mix a master or add extra elements, that point is like usually the perfect point. The more you add, for me, it could get bad. It goes bad.
Of course,
it
it's
becomes
like cooking
too much.
food.
Yeah. So most of the time, how it is when you're even done recording is how it's supposed to be. But then you want to add more stuff in this.
But leaving it like that is definitely the best way to go.
Yeah.
Would you say that you're a perfectionist?
No, I don't think I'm a perfectionist. Okay. Somehow I'm a perfectionist because I like my sound to sound very, very good. All the songs, I want them to sound very good. But at the same time, there are things I appreciate that people I don't think should criticize or criticize. But I just feel like they don't appreciate what it is. You understand me? You might, to me, like, let's say you think this guy is whack. But I can appreciate the guy's whackness and use it to do something dope.
Better,
But someone will criticize that person, even though the person is more whack than the person.
Yeah, and you probably will look at the better side of it.
Of the person, yeah.
Right. We're still with Magnum here in our live studio session this morning. We're learning a lot about, how he thinks, how he does his music, what he really appreciates, and all of that. So your questions and comments are welcome. 0244-340-437. Some shouts have come in. We'll just do that real quick. Good morning to Fifi, Nanedu, and Kofi Mensa, all of Amanfrom. Have a great day. It's from Yao in Achimota. Happy birthday to Akwesi Sapon. Live long and prosper. And that's from Kwesi Bello. Good morning, Queen. I want to say a good day to my boss. It's from HPDD inside Sogakopa. I hope that you're doing well. Good morning. I pray God shines his face on our efforts. God has blessed us with another beautiful day. Let's see the bright side of life and get the most we can out of this day. And this is from Ayigbeni Dogbeda inside Nungwa Barrier. Okay, news coming in. Singer Chris Brown arrested in France on suspicion of rape. U.S. singer Chris Brown was arrested in Paris with 2 other people on suspicion of rape. French police sources said that the arrests were first reported by Closer magazine, which said the 3 men had been detained after 24-year-old woman alleged that she was raped at Chris Brown's hotel suite on the night of the 15th of January 2019. We will bring you more updates. Here's another one, Edem and Magnum.
we'll be romancing. Get up. La 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 la, you go like my ting.
Badman Magnum.
Ro 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 ro, we'll be romancing.
I bring the beat to you.
Get up. La 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 la, you go like my ting. Hey. If you give your heart to me, yeah,
Last.
I go dedicate my life to you, yeah. If you give your heart to me, yeah, I go dedicate my life to you, yeah. I be Junior Dangote. Anything where you want, I go pay. If I be dog, give you my don't pay. Give you that fire, my God need so sick. I be Junior Dangote. Anything where you want, I go pay. If I be dog, give you my don't pay. Give you that fire, my God need so sick. Girl, you came and you changed my life. I wanna make you my wife. I was a real bad man. Take off you, now I love that life. Girl, you came and you changed my life. I wanna make you my wife. I was a real bad man. Take off you, now I love that life. If you give your heart to me, yeah, I go dedicate my life to you, yeah. If you give your heart to me, yeah, I go dedicate my life to you, yeah. Make I put a ring on your finger, girl, make I take over. Make I put a ring on your finger, girl, make I take over. Make I put a ring on your finger, girl, make I take over. Make I put a ring on your finger, girl, make I take over.
I had one, I been at 2 Marys, and Sakina they stay for DC. Every girl wanna come taste me, then say the boy be tasty. Hey, I know they see themselves, girl, make it never they stress. You be my pina colada, girl, you be my taste. That's why I dey pray, pray, pray. Say God go keep you from me. Only you dey be satisfy me. I love it when you kneel and pray. I dey pray, pray, pray. Say God go keep you from me. Only you dey be satisfy me. I love it when you kneel and pray.
If you give your heart to me, yeah, I go dedicate my life to you, yeah. If you give your heart to me, yeah, I go dedicate my life to you, yeah. Ro 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 ro, we'll be romancing. La 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 la, you go like my ting. Ro 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 ro, we'll be romancing. La 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 la, you go like my ting, yeah. Make I put a ring on your finger, girl, make I take over. Make I put a ring on your finger, girl, make I take over. Make I put a ring on your finger, girl, make I take over. Make I put a ring on your finger, girl, make I take over.
Adam and Magnum there, dedication. We are going on a quick break. When we come back, we will check out our lifestyle segment, and then we'll continue with our conversation with Magnum in our live studio session. Stay on.
How I wish I knew where to keep my money now.
Oh, what's there to worry about? Go to the Seed Fund Savings and Loans. They are completely reliable.
Really?
Completely dependable. The Seed Fund Savings and Loans is a whole different experience. You assure the safety of your funds because they constantly pay depositors' funds on demand. No go come, no stories.
Bing!
The Seed Fund Savings and Loans, the safe, reliable, and dependable home for your funds. Ask any Seed Funds depositor. So, stop wishing and call the Seed Fund Savings and Loans on 056 111997 or 056 111998.
The Seed Fund Savings and Loans. Safe, reliable, dependable.
It's time to separate the boys from the men. Time to make a proper claim of your willingness to go all the way. A time for the fans to scream, cheer, and suffer the pain. Time to get bolder on the European night on Joy 99.7 FM as the UEFA Champions League moves up a notch with mouth-watering clashes.
Cut the music! Charge your glass! He writes every headline.
So join me, George Addo Jr.
And me, Gary L. Smith, from the 12th of February to the 13th of March.
For apt live commentary of the UEFA Champions League Round of 16 game.
European Night on Joy 99.7 FM is proudly sponsored by Bet138.com, supported by DSTV and GoTV, and powered by Joy Sports, the thrill of the game.
2002, what an absolute thrill.
How do you love your pork? Grilled?
There were grandparents. There were mothers.
This is the method our grandparents handed down to our mothers. This method is very healthy because in the clay oven, we are able to drain out most of the fat.
Very healthy.
Then this Wednesday, catch the story of Sophia Hammond and her pork grilled in an African oven on the Joy Business Van. The Joy Business Van on TV, radio, online and on ground. It's powered by Joy Business and supported by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Keep this frequency clear.
99.7.
You're welcome back to the Cosmopolitan Mix. In our lifestyle segment this morning, we're going back to talk more about how you get to know that your job interview went well. We started that yesterday. And last week, we also spoke about how you can put your CV together. We spoke about some of the things that you shouldn't bother putting in your CV, what you should put in that CV. Now that you've gone for the job interview, how do you know that your job interview went well? Well, if during the job interview, the hiring managers discuss how your skill and expertise will be useful for the company's upcoming project, it means you already have one leg in. What this means is that you have made a substantial impression for the employer to include you in their future plan and even discuss that with you. Some job interviews come in stages just to eliminate those candidates the company considers misfit for the job. However, if you get invited to a second job interview, it means that you did a good job in the first one. All you just need to do is to prepare well for the second interview, and you might impress them further and meet the chief executive if you're lucky. And sometimes they will also ask you when you can start. When would you like to resume if we eventually employ you? Well, this question may suggest that you are considered for the job, but the conditional clause in the sentence shows uncertainty. However, if the question comes without the conditional clause, it shows that the hiring manager is willing to know about your schedule and availability to determine when you will officially join the organization. And sometimes you also have to be paying attention to some of the things that are being said at the job interview. It could give you the sense that it went well, or it could also give you the sense that it didn't go too well and you probably need to do better. If by any stroke of luck you're called for a second interview. Now quickly, Joy FM in collaboration with Guinness Ghana Breweries Limited brings you the road safety tip for today. Plan your travel route ahead of time so that you are not struggling to figure out where to go whilst you're operating a motorized vehicle. Plan your travel route ahead of time so that you are not struggling to figure out where to go whilst you are operating a motorized vehicle. This road safety tip is brought to you by Guinness Ghana Breweries Limited and supported by VIP Joing Transport Service, Evan Mike Multipurpose Company Limited, we build for the nation, and Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic, producers of Ajinkwa Garlic Plus. God is our healer.
The Cosmopolitan Mix.
We're back with Magnum in our live studio session this morning on Joy 99.7 FM. Keep your questions and comments coming in on 0244340437. So let's talk about the music industry in general. What are some of the things that excite you about the music industry in Ghana right now, as a beat maker? And then you could probably tell us that as an artist.
As a beat maker, like there are a lot of new producers who are trying new things. Yeah, that's very exciting for me. Yeah, very, very exciting. Yeah. But most of them don't get heard, so.
We'll probably have the chance to be heard.
Yeah.
You also did mention earlier when we started chatting about how some of the, the trap that you created and some of the beats that you created back in the day is now being appreciated now.
Yeah.
What is your overall view as to how people are using beats? Because some of them you think, I created that 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Why is it that it's getting here now? Why do you think that people are also stalling in putting out things that could eventually help our industry?
First of all, like I said, it's not being played. And second thing is, everybody seems to just, I don't think everybody is thinking and analyzing stuff. Everybody is just following what's trendy. Because if you could find the elements of what make the ones on top, what's on top, you could just take the element and just play with it and just do something else with it. If you understand that maybe it's because of the energy in the song, and then you could take that same energy and do something else with it, then you could be original. So people are not trying new stuff because they just think, if this is it, let me just do it like this, and that's it.
You think that they should also be trying a lot more new things?
Yeah. So I have a song out called "Open Your Mind Inside." Yeah, that's basically. Like you have to think. If you're in a situation and you're trying to, you have to find a solution for it. You just don't have to think the only solution is what someone else has done.
Yeah. People should be a little bit more. They should challenge themselves.
Challenge yourself. Just think about it.
Yeah. Okay, we've spoken about as a beat maker. What about you as an artist?
As an artist, and also I see a lot of new artists coming up. I see the fans opening up to music more. It's just getting the music to the fans. That's the thing. I've seen the fans opening up. They're enjoying the various genres. So that's exciting for me.
That's exciting for you.
And also the fact that like the world is like open. I'm not just talking about just like Ghana. The world is open to music that's good.
Right.
I mean, through streaming, you could get playlisted. Your music could be heard all over the world, and you could be traveling everywhere.
Yeah, it's a good time to take advantage of the music.
It's a
industry.
wicked time to take
it's a wicked time. He says. Harriet says you sound good. She's enjoying the show. Madam, ask him again. Has he produced a beat for a certain song, but later on realized that he should have done better after the song had been realized, or the song had come out? Yeah, it had been released. Sorry about that.
Okay. Okay, I can't remember any right now.
Yeah,
but I'm sure.
I think you mentioned earlier, in as much as you didn't confirm that you're a perfectionist, you said that, and I also threw in the part about food. That when you think that it's ready, then it's ready.
It's ready, yeah. So I just think usually it's just the presentation that sometimes like I put a song out. My DJ featured me. DJ Sawa. The lead instrument I lowered too much when I was mixing it.
Right.
So every time I hear the song, it irks me. But it's not like I didn't produce it well. I just didn't
it's
present
just the volume.
Well. I didn't put it out well. Yeah. That's
okay.
what it is.
And what actually annoys you about the Ghanaian music industry?
What annoys you?
It's okay to talk about it. It's your opinion, and you're entitled to it.
Okay, for me, right? Let me see. Let me just think about it for a second before I put it down.
Okay,
for me, I just think a lot of people in the industry, you're in the industry, you should know the truth about the industry. You should know the truth. So, I mean, it's showbiz, so there's a lot of show. But you should know the truth. But I just feel like a lot of people who are part of the industry don't know the truth. They are also being deceived as much as the consumers are supposed to be. That's the thing that annoys me, because I feel like we don't know the truth.
And you think people are also being hypocritical about certain things in the industry?
Because they don't know the truth. They think that's the way. Like, for most of it, people just think this is how it has to be. Or this person is doing this, so he's like this, so I'd rather support this person.
Right.
You should know the truth being part of the industry. You can't be illiterate and be part of the industry. You should know the truth. You understand me?
Yeah. You should know the truth.
Yeah, and it sounds so simple, but everybody knows. Like, if you think about it, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Because if you know you're supposed to support this, why aren't you supporting it?
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't know the truth. Because in your mind, this is greater than this. But the truth is is the music industry.
Yeah, so you got to understand what is pertaining in the industry to be able to thrive in it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I had to summarize it.
No. Like, I'm just saying in a way not to offend anyone. That's what I'm saying. It's the truth.
Yeah, but
Because
I'm sure quite apart from that, there's several other things that annoy you. Feel free to say it. I mean, hey.
Oh, basically that's the summary of it.
Okay.
Knowing that, like, okay, let's say, knowing that these people are coming from this place. And they are presenting themselves like this, and so you are going to accept them and just feed into the hype. No, you should know the truth.
Yeah.
You should have done your research and showbiz. You should watch documentaries. You should know about how everything is run, how showbiz is run.
Yeah.
But people don't know. That's what I'm saying. First of all, I just feel like in the industry, I have a bunch of people who are not even interested in the industry, who are just looking for jobs and are just doing their jobs.
Yeah, they just
that's it. They don't care about the music. They don't care about the artists. They don't care about nothing. They don't care about anything.
Yeah.
It's just
you can
about the
actually
money.
apply that to several other industries too, because the same ideology could work there too, because some people just go in because they just want to get the money, and they don't understand what they're doing, but they're just there.
Yeah.
And they don't seek to find the truth and basically what goes on in there. So yes, it does make a lot of sense. Yes. It's not like you're saying anything controversial. No, don't think that. But hey, it's also free for you. It's also okay for you to speak your mind.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the future for Magnum.
Yeah.
Where do you hope to take your music to a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now?
I mean, everywhere, worldwide. Because it's doing well in it's doing well in a lot of countries. East Africa. I got a booking in Haiti.
Is it because you're doing something that they can relate to as well?
Yes, definitely. And I'm competing on the world level. I'm not competing sometimes it's hard because you get distracted. Sometimes you see things that upset you because you feel like, what is this? But we are still on our agenda. We got distracted a bit. Right now we are back fully.
Right.
Back to it. Because a song like My Baby, if you listen to it from anywhere, you can understand it. Same as a lot of my other songs, which haven't been heard yet, but I know when they are heard, it's going to be crazy.
They will make a difference. And basically, what kind of, in as much as like you're saying, your music is being appreciated in places like Haiti and East Africa, etc. How different do you think your sound it's going to be? I mean, obviously you're a creative mind, and so you can't probably tell how you'll be making music in another year or two, but do you think that there's a possibility that some of the things that you also did in the past will also come to play as you
it's all part of me, like it's all a part of me, and maybe some of the things I'm criticizing now I could be doing, so let's not just
you won't criticize everything because maybe you make some of the mistakes that you're creating. And in as much as you create a lot of electronic Afro beats, are you going to change that, or you're going to still stick to that kind of beat? I mean, we still have other interesting beats that you can create.
I mean, like I've produced all kinds of genres, high life, everything. I've produced almost everything. So I'm not limiting myself to a specific genre, but I was just using that as an example. Like that was what I was doing then, and I just thought that would go to the world. And like that's what Diplo and all of them are doing now. They came with their EDM and merged it with Afro beats, just like a song like Ba, or even like Akwaba. And that was what I was doing then. I'm saying no one was vibing with it. But right now, understanding that, I'm just seeing that. That's what I'm saying. You just have to think around it and just work towards it. Because I actually stopped at a point. Yeah. Okay. Maybe it would have been bigger. But I just stopped at a point.
Yeah. So I mean, it's all in our ears pretty much. How would you like to be remembered? What would you like people to say about you 5, 6, 10 years from now when you're probably a big boss and you've got small boys making the beats for you?
Okay, for me right now, like, I mean, it's just about being remembered as one of the greatest artists ever in the world, not just in Ghana. Because I feel like I'm one of the greatest artists and producers ever in the world. But it's hard to say that until you've done it, until you've gone through the whole process. So I'll just go through the process and I'll be celebrated. Okay, I just want to be remembered for who I am and what I've done, basically. Yeah.
How many years have you been making beats now?
Almost 12 years.
Almost 12 years.
Yeah.
So are you going to concentrate on being a beat maker, or you would also like to fuse being an artist on the side? I mean, like you said earlier, it's a challenge trying to do both on the same track.
I think I've even been distracted as a producer now because I'm an artist and I'm using a lot of beats from other people.
Right.
But like I said, I'm just getting back into my zone and just getting in the studio and I'm going to put a lot of stuff. So it'll just be a blend because being an artist gives you the advantage. Okay, first off, an understanding of everything, and it gives you an advantage to put out the beats you want to put out. Because as a producer, you're at the mercy of the artist. If no one wants to use your beats, you can't put it out like that.
That's true.
You understand?
But when you're an artist, of course, you can put your lyrics on it, put your beat out
and
there.
the bigger you are, the bigger, like, you can put it out on a bigger level.
Yeah,
so I think that's the only advantage.
Right. So you're still gonna play. You're gonna play
both of them.
both.
And I'm really enjoying the artist bit.
But okay.
The struggles are crazy. Even though it hurts, I know at the end of the day, like, everything is going to be how I want it to be. So we just have to live through it. Yeah.
Right. Let me play something from Magnum as an artist this time round. I want to play it as a special birthday wish for Audrey Inchi Dakwa of Ghana Exim Bank. Today's your birthday, and the Corporate Affairs Department at Exim Bank would like to wish you a happy birthday. Also for Cynthia Minta, Head of Corporate Banking at Cal Bank. You both have a happy birthday. Nice and easy, isn't it?
Nobody go fi make a feel this way. Nobody go fi make a go crazy. Nobody go fi make a feel this way. Nobody but baby you do. Girl, you light up my day. You do. With a smile on your face. You do. Everywhere that you say. You do. When you kneel and pray. You do. Girl, you light up my day. You do. With a smile on your face. You do. Everywhere that you say. You do. When you kneel and pray. Which kind girl will she find so? Skin pretty, she dey be oh. Everything is perfect oh. I'ma get too fine oh. She my bend oh. When she bend oh, I don't mad oh. I'ma get too fine oh. I can't let you go. I can't let you go. I can't let you go. Nobody go fi make a feel this way. Nobody go fi make a go crazy. Nobody go fi make a feel this way. Nobody but baby you do. Girl, you light up my day. You do. With a smile on your face. You do. Everywhere that you say. You do. When you kneel and pray. You do. Girl, you light up my day. You do. With a smile on your face. You do. Everywhere that you say. You do. When you kneel and pray.
Bad man, you the intoxicate me. The way you do me lately. Tear down my fences, bad man. Blow my defenses, boom, bang, bang. You got me high on you. Nobody else but you, baby. Oh. Tear down my fences, bang, bang. Blow my defenses, bang, bang. You got me high on you. Nobody else but you, baby. Oh.
Nobody go fi make a feel this way. Nobody go fi make a go crazy. Nobody go fi make a feel this way.
Boy, there's several facets to Magnum. I like this one. It sounds and feels good. So like he says, he's gonna be in the artist and beat maker position for quite a long time. He struck a good key on this one, actually. I like it too. You is the title of it.
You do.
Yeah, you do. We got a few minutes to go. Let me quickly remind our listeners that enjoying quality time with family and friends is memorable when you have a perfect, dependable partner. The EcoBank Visa card or MasterCard could be that perfect partner. Accepted within Ghana and everywhere around the globe for easy and hassle-free payments. Get an EcoBank Visa card or MasterCard for the payments of bills, shopping, dining, purchasing of tickets, etc. Go on, enjoy easy, secured payments at your favorite store or restaurant, etc. with your EcoBank Visa card or MasterCard and make payments a breeze. from EcoBank, their Pan-African bank. Okay, we've got a question from one of our listeners for you. It says, ask him if he meets the president today, what will be the likely things that will be talked about concerning the music industry? What would you like to talk to the president about?
I mean, I'm sure I'll go beyond the music industry.
What exactly would you ask him?
I mean, I just feel like we should all be educated. Like, we all take things like, okay, NRI assassin, we are all involved, all of those things. We take them for granted. But I feel like that's the root cause of every single thing. Everything that's holding us back. Yeah. So I think we have to be educated about that and know it's an actual thing. Like all those songs we used to sing, I'm just realizing that all those the pledge and everything is something that if we just abide by, we are all going to get better. Just care about like the person next to you, or I mean like basically I just don't want to talk too much about it.
Okay, we'll let you talk too much. But we've got just about a minute before we say bye.
Yeah.
What kind of message would you like to share with your fans and also to our listeners who are enjoying your music and also very excited about the things that you create for the other artists?
I mean, I just want to tell my fans to just keep supporting my music, just listen, stream, just follow it actively. And also I just want to tell your listeners to keep listening to your show, because like this is one of the best interviews I've had. I've been able to express myself well and just express my thoughts. Yeah,
I'm glad you did.
And be able to go through my creative process, which sounds crazy to people. Yeah, thanks.
Your creative process it's not crazy at all. I think it sounds quite organized. It's just that you probably have to be quiet a little bit and listen to what you're saying, and the meaning comes out. So it does make sense. It does. I've been chatting with Magnum this morning. I've had an exciting time. It's very nice getting into your brain, actually. And it's very exciting, too, because like I always say, creative people are exceptional people. They have talents that we normal people don't have, but we do appreciate it all the same. And we thank you for blessing us with your music. And we look forward to hearing more from you. So good luck and God bless. Thank you. Thank you so very much. You have a good one, and thanks for coming by today. Folks, that's our show this morning, but we gotta go make way for the news at noon. Thank you so very much for listening this morning. Have a good one. God bless, and God willing, we'll catch you same time tomorrow. I'm Dorina.